It's certainly an art that needs to be perfected or worked on, or it's a skill that needs to be worked on to take positive inspiration from other people where healthy and where appropriate, because there's no way to not be influenced. We are here as people, not in bubbles, to observe the world around us and use it in shaping our own reality. And it is absolutely possible and probably a positive thing to take healthy inspiration from, oh, that person is doing X and I like that. That person is doing that. That looks good. I'd like to incorporate some elements of that to my life. But those last few words are the most important thing to my life. I would like to incorporate a little bit of like that, but that doesn't mean I am ever going to be exactly that. That person's not me. I am not that person. We have different things. Also, of course, when we get into the realm of TV and the internet, a lot of it is altered from its, real state as well. And it's something that needs to be developed, because there's also the counterculture that I think is inappropriate and pretty impossible and sets people up for failure in the, oh, don't compare yourself to others, never look at anyone else, never. That's just not possible. We're always referencing people, but we should advocate for doing it in a healthy way. It's good to see someone doing well and say, wow, that person did it. I can too, you know?
Yes. And as I'm hearing you, you know what I'm noticing about you? You're a
Let's
really you have a lot to say. You're a confident guy. I'm feeding off of your confidence. I love it. And no doubt the listeners are like, you're inspiring. You stand for something. And I'm hoping that the people listening in are feeling that from me too. And I'd like to just recognize that I wish I could bottle that aspect of belief, of everything that you said made so much sense. But when we get off of the show today and later on, I'm doing this thing called social media work that makes me nuts. And I'm going through and I'm doing all the things that my business coach tells me to do for growth and visibility. And I'm feeling ping, ping, ping. Oh, look at her. Look at, I mean, it's really tough to not feel that like, oh, ouch, wow. And to feel it's almost like you can't breathe when you see other people having and being and doing and making it look so easy, because it's not. I really believe in these things called, Zach, I really believe that it's possible to strike a balance between self-discipline and self-compassion. Many of us come from this route of, I'm one of them, being self-disciplined at the expense of self-compassion. We got to be hard on ourselves. I do believe that. I really I love the challenge of finding a balance between those two, because I believe that that is the sweet spot. We got to have some self-discipline. If that word is triggering for anybody, let's call it something else. Responsibility, right? And self-compassion. You've got a story. I've got a story. Where you mentioned it before, look at where you've come from and where are we headed? We can't look ahead and do the thing, like you said, set the goals, do the values, until we can respect and validate where we've come from. We got to do that first, to then work on the mindset reprogramming, which is, it's so great. It's the bulk of the work that I do. And no doubt you do that as well. The mindset reprogramming. We got to unlearn some crap and relearn some new stuff so we can feel like you. So we can feel like, you know what? I got this. I can be on social media. I can see all those people and I'm not affected by that because I know how to get back in my own lane. Not everybody knows how to do that. And it's tough. It's tempting.
Exactly. And my easy actionable for anyone that has that experience of, oh, I'm listening to this and I feel motivated and I like that and that made me feel good, but then I go about my day and that kind of dwindles away and withers away, is take that clip, whether it's from this podcast or from anything else that you think is a positive message, clip it up and play it on repeat incessantly until it becomes your own inner voice and inner thoughts. That's what you have to do. You have to flood yourself. You have to program yourself. You have to program yourself with positive messaging, because there's a lot of messaging. We're always absorbing messaging in one way or another, whether we're consciously selecting that message and curating it, or it's just whatever we are exposed to kind of randomly throughout life. So why not choose to flood yourself with those good things and let those seep into your psyche. That's my recommendation. That's what I do when I hear positive messages. And, I appreciate your recognition that I come across as confident and whatnot. I certainly agree, but all things are fluid. All things are fluid. I have my struggles. I have my things that, times where I feel a little less confident than others, but it's something that we have to always practice as individuals. And that's the thing. You have to practice being confident, but that confidence should be founded. That's the biggest part of it too. I am confident here speaking to you about these topics because I have proven to myself competence. I, through hard work, have done things throughout my life that I have demonstrated competence to myself that I could call back on and say, wow, I did do that. I could do this, whatever is in front of me now. I've demonstrated competence to the people around me throughout my life, so then they reinforce it as well. And then I get the positive messaging and feedback from other people as well. But it does take work to get that snowball formed and then rolling. And then once it does, it becomes easier. And so I understand the plight of someone who is not feeling confident in one avenue of life or life as a whole. And I understand that that's a very difficult situation to be in. And it's difficult to break the cycle of lack of confidence. But my thing to those people, who said life was easy? Life's not supposed to be easy. But at the other side of doing the hard, harrowing work of developing and demonstrating competence that leads to accomplishments that will bring you confidence is a wonderful and much more improved life than staying in the, pit of self-despair and lack of confidence. It's hard work, but it's some of the most meaningful work we can do.
If you enjoyed this clip, you'll love the full conversation I had with Tracy, where we dive deep into maintaining our health and maintaining a healthy attitude and mindset towards maintaining our health. Click the link in the description to check it out, and I'll see you over there.